Hello friends, welcome to the world of Chhuti presents Escape into Audio Stories in English. We will read stories primarily of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Southeast Asian origin and in English language. We'll try to read in neutral accent as much as possible and with our best attempts. We will focus on literature for kids and children. Today we are going to read the story named Homecoming, written by Lila Majumdar. Lila Majumdar was a stalwart in children literature in Bengali language. Her father Pramada Ranjan Roy was a surveyor in government department and stayed in different parts of British India, including Meghalaya and many hill stations. This story roots to such pieces of accounts from her childhood. This story was first published in Bengali language in Sandesh as Barapani in 1970s and then was rewritten in English and also in Bengali with some changes and published in English as Homecoming and Barapani in Bengali language by National Book Trust. Let's get into the story now. Kanu asked Nana, "Where do the pipes go?" "To the huge overhead tank near Mulki. Then other pipes carry the water to every part of the town. The piped water is imprisoned water. It never reaches Barapani. Let us go now. This place makes me sad." "Why sad, Nana?" "Because I lived here for many years. Long ago, boy. Do you want to see where my house stood? Come here then." Standing in the middle of the small, smooth plot of land was a little heap of flat stones. "Look, these stones made the foundation of my house." Nana pushed aside some of the stones and a little wooden ball rolled out. It had once been painted red. Now the color had faded. Nana picked it up and gave it to Kanu. "Here, take this. My wife had a little boy. I made it for him, but he did not leave. Come, let us go home. It is getting late." By the time they reached home, the sun was setting. Mother, her face pale, was running up and down the road of Liker looking out for them. She had thought that they come to grief and she lost her temper when she saw them. She scolded Nana harshly and slapped Kanu's cheek hard. Then she burst into tears and rushed into the house, dragging Kanu with her. When the evening meal was ready, Mother said to Nana, "Uncle, you had better have your meals in your own room. Kanu behaves badly when he is with you." Then she turned to Kanu and cried, "I shall give you a spanking if you go out with Nana again. And don't touch that dirty old ball." Mother snatched the ball from Kanu's hand and opening the window threw it out. Nana did not say anything. He went away to his room dragging his feet. He sent back his food untouched. When Kanu woke up the next morning, the first thing he did was to run to Nana's room. Nana was not there. His heavy stick, his rug, and his old leather forester's bag were gone too. Kanu came back slowly, took out his tiger book and looked at the same page for a long time. A little later, Kanthai, who worked in the kitchen, brought Nana's bread and milk and went towards Nana's door. Kanu raised his head and said, "Nana will not be eating his bread and milk. He has gone away." Hearing this, mother ran out of the dining room. What do you mean? Gone away? Where can an old man of nearly 80 go in this weather? Kanu's heart was heavy. Maybe he has gone to Barapani. His boat will come for him there. He is going to look for his wife. You threw away the ball he made for her son who died. Mother's face turned ash grey. She went out to the kitchen garden slowly and brought back the ball. She rubbed it dry with the edge of her sari and asked, "What shall I say to your father when he comes from Calcutta tomorrow and asks for Nana?" Kanu said, "Bapu is bringing a warm vest for Nana and canvas shoes with rubber sides so that his feet are comfortable. Leather shoes hurt his corns." Kanu began to cry. Mother got up and walked about the room, drawing the curtains and tidying the books. Then she sat down. "Are you sure that he went to Barapani? Did he take the bus?" Kanu smiled. "How can he take the bus? He will have to follow the Dhankheti stream all the way to where it meets Barapani. Who knows where the boat will be waiting for him?" Mother did not understand all these, but she said, "Let us go the way too. We must bring him back. It is all my fault. There is no one quite like him." It did not take them long to get ready. Mother took some food in a little bag. She took a stick for herself and another for Kanu. Both of them put on warm clothes and thick walking shoes. Kanu put the little wooden ball into his pocket. Nana had given it to him. It could not be left behind. The little stream which carried the extra water away from the spring had been joined by other small streams and had become a big stream long before it flowed by Mulki. At the foot of the hills, it seemed to spread out its skirt in a beautiful waterfall and plunged into the Dhankheti stream. Together they gurgled and splashed downwards. It was a lovely place. Huge tree ferns grew beside the river. A path ran beside the stream. That was the route they had to take. Kanu pointed to a shady place and said, "Some people fish here. Sometimes, when the water rises in summer, trout escape from the Mr. Holder's pond and swim down the Dhankheti river. People catch them here." Mother was surprised. "How do you know all these, Kanu?" "Nana brings me here sometimes." The wind sighs in the pine needles. Mother was out of breath. "Let us rest a while here, Kanu. I cannot walk any more without break." She sat down on a flat stone which the morning sun had warmed and began to rub her knees. When one walks downhill, the weight of the body falls on the knees and they ache. At least old people's knees ache. Mother's knees, Nana's knees, but not Kanu's. While mother rested, Kanu looked around. There was a hole under the rocks. Little water had collected beside it. Cream-colored mushrooms grew there. They had a feather-like texture. Nana had told him that they tasted delicious when fried with onions. Mother would not let him touch mushrooms. She said they would make his fingers sore. People died from eating mushrooms, but only from poisonous mushrooms. Nana had told him, One had to learn how to know the difference. These feathery mushrooms were sweet and safe. Kanu looked into the hole. Two little specks of light shone inside. They were the eyes of water rat which lived here. It had 4 babies when Kanu had last seen it. It had bared its teeth when Kanu and Nana had peeped in. The babies must have grown up and gone away. It was alone now and crouched in a corner, blinking its eyes. Kanu found some nuts in the pocket and left them near the mouth of the hole. Nana had told him never to throw food at the little animals. It scared them away. A peculiar kind of grass grew here, with long blades stripped in pale mauve and smelling sweet when rubbed. Mother loved the smell. She had never noticed this grass before. There were wild lilies with broad leaves. Under the leaves clung a blob of froth. "Ah," said Mother, "that is somebody's spittle. Throw it away." Kanu laughed. "Ma, don't you know anything? That isn't spittle. There is a tiny insect inside the froth. It has blown the froth out of its own body and is hiding inside, so that lizard and sparrow may not find it." Mother sighed and said, "Nana must have taught you all this, just as he taught your father. Your father knows all these places. Come, let us go on our way, or we shall never catch up with Nana. Your father will be there tomorrow." Kanu was beside him with joy when he heard this. He quickened his steps. "Hurry, Ma, hurry! Nana is a clever man, and he must be way ahead by this time." Both of them were thirsty. They knelt on the grassy bank and drank the sweet, cool mountain water with their cupped palms. Then they went on their way again, always walking downhill. Sometimes the path was smooth, but at other times the going was rough. Kanu skipped on ahead and then waited for his mother. He helped her across heavy boulders. The sun was overhead, and walking since the morning had made them hot and tired. But they were unwilling to turn back without Nana. Besides, the return journey would be uphill all the way. They did not have the strength to make it. Poor mother was panting. Who knows which route he has taken? He may not have come this way at all. No, Ma, no. He must have followed the stream. Our Dhankheti stream joined lumbering way back. There are other streams too. They all meet Barapani. If you follow any one of them, you will reach Barapani. That is where Nana's boat is waiting." Mother quickened her steps when she heard this and almost ran alongside Kanu. Her face was red and her hair was untidy. They walked all afternoon and well into evening. Soon they reached Mugumi, where the stream plunged down 100 meters in a grand cascade. Mother stopped short. "What now, Kanu?" Kanu laughed and pointed to the narrow, winding path which zigzagged its way down beside the thundering waterfall. "Look," he said, "that's our route. It goes all the way down. But your knees are aching. Can you make it, Ma?" Mother said, "Oh yes, my knees are well again." She ran along ahead of him. The thunder of the cascade deafened their ears, and they could not hear each other speak. Little drops of water from the flying spray clung to their hair and eyebrows. The earth trembled beneath them. They hurried down silently. A single false step meant danger. At times, Mother stopped and gazed round in wonder. The cliffs, rocks, and tall trees and the dark blue cloudless sky above looked unreal. Then they reached the foot of the waterfall. The thundering water had scooped out a deep pool down below. Here the water swirled round. The flying particles of water formed a cloud. A ray of sunlight made a rainbow. Mother started speechless. Kanu stood beside her, silent. Suddenly, from the dense far forest beside the pool, holding something carefully and tenderly in his arms, came Nana. "Nana, Nana, Nana!" cried Kanu and ran to meet him. Mother ran too and fell at Nana's feet. "Oh, uncle, forgive me," she wept. Nana was very angry. "Get up, girl," he cried. "This is no time for tears. Can't you see that this wild foal's wing is injured? The hunters have been out again. The wretches! Get sticks, make a splint. Quick, now hurry." Nana sat down on a rock with the beautiful bird on his knees and mopped his brow with a soiled handkerchief. There was thread, a penknife, and some rags in Mother's bag. Kanu gathered sticks to make the splint. The lovely bird lay limply on Nana's lap, with its eyes closed. Kanu howled. "Is it dead, Nana?" Nana scolded him. "Quiet, boy. Men don't cry. Now hold it tightly while I tie the splint." The wild foal was beautiful, gold, orange, and reddish, with blue and green shadows around the throat. Its feet were bright yellow. Slowly the dark eyes opened. Kanu danced with joy. Nana wrapped the bird in his rug and put it into Mother's arm. "Hold it, girl, while I get my things." Kanu went with him to the edge of the forest where his overcoat, cap, and bag were hanging from the branch of the tree. They came back to where Mother was waiting. "Home now," said Nana. Mother looked distressed. "Home, uncle? How can we go home? Home is so far away. I can't walk a step further." "What nonsense," said Nana. "Home is never far away. Round that bend in front of us is the bus road. The bus will take us right to the foot of Mulki Hill. It goes all the way from Mulki to Barapani. That was how I came." Then he looked at them severely. "I hope you did not walk all this way, girl." Seeing her silent, Nana said to Kanu, "Well, boy, is this how you look after my poor girl?" Kanu hung his head. Later, snuggling near Nana in the bus, Kanu whispered to him, "We had a walk beside the stream, Nana. We did not know where your boat would be waiting." Nana was astonished. "Boat? What boat? This is no time to be talking about this boat, boy." "Boats indeed. Who will look after the birds? He will peck at everybody the moment he is properly awake." So they returned home in the evening with the bird, which was bedded down in a basket near the fireplace. Kanthai had a warm meal waiting for them. Yubin had been pacing up and down the road. Lighted windows welcomed them. The next day, Babu came home with a huge basket full of surprises. But the biggest surprise of all was Grandma, who had come from Sonali. She laughed and twinkled like a star. When Kanu told Grandma that Ma did not like Mulki as much as Sonali, Grandma asked, "Why?" "I get a little homesick," said Mother. "Homesick?" said Grandmother. "Which home?" "Home is where you live, child. Your neighbors are your friends. This is your home. It is going to be my home too. Your youngest uncle has retired and will look after the house in Sonali. So I am going to live here for a while, if you will have me. I love this place." You are listening to Homecoming by Lila Majumdar. With this, we are ending the episode 4 and the last episode. Please tune into Chhuti Presents Escape into Audio Stories for other episodes. Till then, goodbye and stay in touch.